Hi beautiful people! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Joy. This is now my final update on my Pandit Palette 2023. The goal of this project is for me to fully use up the eyeshadows in the project. I worked on 12 eyeshadows in this project. Now you're seeing this magnetic palette and you'd be thinking, how did I manage to fill up 12 eyeshadows in here unless I'm using a very small pan? But the case is actually I started with 8 and then I used up 4 eyeshadows. When that happened, I introduced the additional 4 eyeshadows into the project. So that was it was in my July-August update. So the 4 eyeshadows I added into the project, I only started working on them in September until today. So 4 months. Now, let me give you my update on the 8 remaining eyeshadows, or should I say 7 remaining eyeshadows, because I already used up 1 eyeshadow in my previous update. So let me start with this one. This is a brown shade. This is actually a shade from the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose eyeshadow palette. And this is what it looks like now. So as you can see, I have expanded the pan a lot. So we'll do comparison first against my previous update. And I've used this 18 times. And for those 18 uses, most of which were as an eyeliner and as an eyebrow powder. So let me also put in here the eyeshadow I have used up that I've already shared in my previous update. So that was a gold shade from the Lancome Absolute Seduction eyeshadow palette, which was part of the eyeshadows I started working on from the very start of the year. Now the next eyeshadow beside this brown shade is the Luscious shade, which is from the Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. And for this one, since my previous update, I've used this 5 times. So it needed 5 more uses for me to fully use that up. And then the next eyeshadow is a green shade, and this one I did not use this at all since my previous update. So there's no change in terms of how much pan is showing. I didn't expand that one because I did not use that one at all since my previous update. So for these 4, these were part of the original 8 when I started the project. So let me just share with you the effort I needed to fully use that up. So for this gold shade, 96 uses to fully use that up. And this one, to get to this stage, I used that 126 times. And then for Luscious, to fully use that up, I used that 65 times. So not much, right? I just needed 65 uses, but it took me up to this point to fully use that up. And then for this green shade, the total number of uses in this project is 27. And then the next 4 shade that I'm going to share with you are the eyeshadows I actually added into the project. And I started working on them in September. Starting with this light shade. I call it light. This is a lighter version of the Luscious eyeshadow. I've used this 16 times since September, and since my previous update, I only used this twice. The next one is a pink shade, and this is what it looks like right now. For this one, I've used this 31 times since I started the project. Since September, rather. And since my previous update, I only used this twice. Now, this has the most progress among the 4 eyeshadows I added into the project. I've expanded the pan a lot, as you can see. And I think for me to fully use this up, I need to use this as much as I use the Luscious eyeshadow. That one, it took me 65 uses, and I think it would also take me that much for this one. And I am almost halfway there, but there's still a lot. But whenever I use that one, I'm quite generous as well. It's similar to this one, but this one I did not heat pan at all, and I only used this 10 times in this project. So since September, and I've used this 4 times since my previous update. For this one, I'm also quite generous. It actually looks nice mixing these two. That's what I did most of the 4 uses. And then this one, this is a peachy brown eyeshadow. I've mentioned that I've already hit pan in my previous update, but it's not visible. I don't think it was visible. So this, my goal was to expand that pan so that you'll get to see that I managed to hit pan on this one. I only used this 3 times since my previous update, and total number of uses is 18. Now this eyeshadow is actually just a part of the full eyeshadow, single eyeshadow. So I've just got a portion of it because I know in 4 months I won't be able to use that up. So this is my update for my Pandat Palette 2023. I managed to use up 6 eyeshadows and hit pan on 3 eyeshadows out of the 12. So 50% fully using up, plus 6 eyeshadows left in the project, where 3 of the eyeshadows I have pan showing. So 50-50. 50% plus another 50%. Does it make sense? Anyway, I know it doesn't. So I'm still thinking what I'm going to do for my 2024 Pandat palette, and when I decide what to do with it, I'll start filming. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!